See? I didn't renege on my promise, folks. I was going to do a playthrough of this game eventually. Hey there, friendos, Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, and today we are starting us a WWE 2K20 playthrough. I know, as I said, it's been a while since I covered this for a quick look video, and me getting around to actually playing it, but I've had a lot on my plate recently. And when I say that, I mean I've been playing a lot of other games and wrapping up some of my other Let's Plays, and I was kind of deciding on what other games to play after Saints Row 2. I'm gonna get to a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 LP, don't you worry, but for now, we'll cover this. And I'm going to cut out right now, only cutting back in to comment on some of the customization options. On a side note, that is exactly how my face looks like in real life. If anyone was wondering, this is how my hair usually looks, and in hindsight, this is how I'd want my hair look if I had some more time to style it properly. Wonder what the other ones look like. Nah, screw it, let's go with the faux hawk. I know that's probably not what a faux hawk is, but whatever, it looks spiky and cool. I was going to pick this one for the soul patch, but it's a little bit too connected to the beard. This one's just a little bit too thick, even though the soul patch is a little bit more pronounced, and this one looks kind of ostentatious and ridiculous enough, so I will pick that one. Yeah, 210, 6'1", that is what I imagine I would be if I were a wrestler, or at least a little bit more muscular. Being 210 pounds, I'm already like 6'1" in real life, and if anybody was wondering, which you probably were not. Okay, a little bit too toned right there. Much better. I enjoy me a nice jean shorts involving ensemble, and the rest of this outfit looks very 90s biker-ish, so I shall pick that. Alright, and what is in a name for this playthrough? It sure isn't Cassie Phillips, but something just as awesome. I really hope that it's all on one line during my entrance. Fredo Supreme, space, E. Yeah, that still sounds like an interesting title. And even for the entrance name part of it, it still isn't large enough. I mean, it's too large to fit on one line. Once again, I really hope the last E in Supreme is still part of just one line in the actual entrance. Yes, Supreme Fredo does seem like a pretty good social account name for myself. And now for one of the trickier parts of the name settings in these games. Trying to set something that sounds somewhat close to the name that you typed in, but also fits within whatever the presets that you have on the list are. These settings are a little bit limited. It's like whatever you're looking for, the game does not have. I've actually tried to figure something out beforehand. Hey, the American Dream is actually one of the settings for the nickname. Nice. Now to find something that matches with Fredo close enough. Okay, there is no FREDs in here. Pretty sure the developers would be aware of people named Fred nowadays. But I guess it is a somewhat uncommon name. I'll just pick Franco and pray that that works well enough. Time for something with an S in it. Okay, I really hope this is going to be feasible enough. Susan and something that starts with a P. Okay, apparently my wrestling name is pronounced The American Dream, Franco Susan Precious. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. My sister's name is even Susan, so it almost feels like it actually works regardless of how ridiculous it sounds. Yes, I am a face and the crowd shall cheer for me. That does seem decent enough. Well, close to how I imagine people would react to me in real life. Now, where am I from? Mount Sinai is one of the options on here. That's actually where I was born. I don't live in Mount Sinai, New York right now. I'm just saying that's where the hospital where I was born is. I'm actually kind of impressed that Visual Concepts included that for a setting. Doesn't seem like a very high-profile town, but then again, I heard 50 Cent has a summer home on Long Island, so I guess anything's possible. And now to do the other half of character creation, creating a female, my superstar. Well, I figure that as a compromise, I shall make the person whom kind of convinced me to get this game, mainly to do the Let's Play, and seeing as she's a fan of Becky Lynch, I shall pick the brawler style. Yeah, her eyes are kind of that brown in real life, last I saw. After a bunch of deliberation, this is how my friend's hair kind of looks in real life, except it doesn't have the half shave on it, and if I squint a little enough, she looks kind of like Leon Zing from Siphon Filter. And she is 5 even in real life. And what would Mig wear? Okay, maybe not that. Ah, the red biker vest with the red zebra pants combo. Impressive? Yeah, the biker outfit here does look pretty good for a striker. Okay, I'm definitely gonna give her the disarm her. She's a fan of Becky Lynch, so I figure I'll try to give her as much of Becky Lynch's moveset as possible. Don't know if Becky Lynch has the knee lift axe kick combo, but it looks cool enough to me. Yeah, she is a little bit hype about things in real life. Ah, old school Becky Lynch, where she was entering by doing a jig, basically. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Becky Lynch's intro and victory animations all the way. It looks like Mig got off a little bit easier here, because there's slightly more options in the name list that correlate to sounding like DJ MigD. DJ MigD. It's easier to make her name in this game than mine. And I think she'll be from Queens, because it's a pretty cool place. You might even say she's the Queen of Queens, even. Yep, that is a pretty cool pose for the both of us. Here's hoping that when she sees this video, she'll be okay with how she looks in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, and DJ MigD, the Supreme Savages. Or Savage Supremes, whichever one you'd prefer. By the way, folks, I had to restart this playthrough, so that's why I only have 14 points instead of the 25. Kind of wasted them there. Finished the first chapter, and ended up screwing up a little bit. And when I say screwing up, I mean one of the characters I made did not look close enough to what I had wanted. By which I mean I made the wrong person. Okay, I think I have set up a decent amount of skills to get myself going. Now let's get this show on the road. By the way, folks, this song playing right now, I am pretty sure I've heard it in Asphalt 9. To be honest, I had never known that Papa Roach still was making music nowadays. I mean, I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I do like Papa Roach, casual fan at least. I'm just surprised that they've been going since the early 2000s. Not too shabs, guys. Not too shabs.
Red was one of the toughest opponents I ever faced. No matter how hard I hit her, which was pretty hard, she never backed down. Sorry, it feels strange to stand up here and talk about her in the past tense. Don't get me wrong, I'm honored to do this, but I never thought it would happen so soon. For Red or her best friend, Trey. Wherever Red went, Trey was there too. And tonight's no different. They truly are a package deal. They've always had each other's backs, and that was certainly the case when I faced off against Red in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
Seeing as Mig is a fan of Becky Lynch, this would be kind of interesting that even that Ronda Rousey would be she'd be surprised that Ronda Rousey would be saying anything positive about even her video game counterpart, and Charlotte, please avoid me. Okay, it looks like everyone is ignoring Mig and Ronda. To be fair, a four-way free-for-all is a little bit more enthralling than just a simple turning a one-on-one encounter into a handicap match. By the way, folks, I would like to point out that I actually started... No, wait, I've already said this part. I've had a little bit of practice playing it these past few weeks, or months, actually. So this is kind of a little bit easy for me right now. I have a little bit better grasp on the controls than I did during my quick look video.
Hold on, the rest of their opponents are not ready for this match to be over. And Red and Ronda come crashing down. It's an absolute free-for-all to see who's going to get the Money in the Bank briefcase. Ronda and Red have recovered, and I think they might have other plans. Oh, no. This is total chaos. The window of opportunity is now wide open for Red and Ronda Rousey.
Love me some nice alliteration. Let's do this.
Neckbreaker. Ouch.
Damn the man, you say? Au contraire, ma'am. You're the one who's getting damned. Just like the... Okay, I'm going to cut this one-liner off because it accidentally sounds a little bit too inappropriate. A lot of phrasing going on with it is what I was trying to say. I was trying to make a Beaver Dam pun. No one cares. Just look at the cool DJ and the MMA fighter going at it.
Bang right in the face. Oh, clubbing blow to the back.
Okay, got that one. The tide has now come in my favor. Eat my shoe, ma'am.
Aggression
Okay, I'm pretty sure I just saw Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair having a vibration seizure in the corner there. Hey, that kind of rhymed. New objective, Irish Whip Ronda into the corner? I was already doing that before.
If Red thinks she can match Ronda Rousey with strikes, then she's insane.
Insanely confident is what you mean.
And now Ronda is punishing Red. Is it too late to change my pick? Wait a second, Red reverses.
Whoop. Zelina Vega's doing something. This is not good.
Has recovered and is setting up a ladder. She's using everything she has left to drag herself up each rung. But will it be enough? It might not be. Red's going to try to beat Zelina to the top. It's Andrade. What's he doing out here? Is he putting Zelina Vega on his shoulders? How is this legal? It's not only legal, it's smart. It's trade. I think he's seen enough.
Yeah, that's how I do in real life. When the going gets tough and someone starts cheating and MigD's almost losing, I come in and save the day. Got my Sonic Reducer, ain't no loser. I wonder how many people remember that song.
And that was the opening Red needed. This pains me to admit, Byron, but you might have been right about your prediction. She's going to do it. In her first attempt, Red is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
I wonder if Mig ever considered the nickname Red, or at least how out of nowhere she'd think it sounds, even in this context.
She's got it locked in. Red's in big trouble.
Whoa.
Hard for her to grab a briefcase with a broken arm.
That would be impressive to see in an actual wrestling match, an armbar while at the top of a ladder. Man, it seems like wrestling video games are a lot crazier than real-life wrestling. Don't know why I'm finding that weird, because I actually played Rumble Roses, and that game is way crazier than any WWE game. And I'm not necessarily just referring to the voice acting in that game. On a side note, these loading screens are way longer than I thought they would be, almost getting Beatdown Fists of Vengeance flashbacks from just seeing them. On a side note, I have the piece of DLC that unlocks everything in the game without having to play it.
This truly is a historic day. I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
Oh yeah, our one and only date together because no one else would go with us?
I remember showing up in that sweet homemade $1 million man suit. Didn't you wear a cane mask? No wonder we couldn't get dates.
To be fair, the theme of the prom was a masquerade.
Still weird.
You have the list, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Seriously?
I put it in the safe just like you told me to. Man, the way you treat that thing, you'd think it was the Magnet Carta.
Did you say magnet?
Yeah, it's some really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
Never would have thought video game me is dumber than real life me.
Piece of notebook paper from high school.
It's not just an old piece of paper. That list has been the roadmap to our entire careers, and now there's only one thing left to cross off. Did you forget the combination?
It might have slipped my mind, but don't worry, I wrote it down on my phone. Which is also in the safe. This is why I always said we should have got the list tattooed on us. No chance of losing it, and we'd have way more street cred.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna be getting a teardrop tattoo if you don't get that thing open.
What I was about to say about the Unlock Everything DLC, which is what I'm calling it, I may have spoiled some of the characters who are going to show up in MyCareer. Namely, turns out that Brooklyn Von Braun, who is on the loading screen right now, I'm guessing she is going to be a reoccurring villain in this storyline. A rival, that's what I wanted to say she is. The rival to our team.
This is what's going to give us confidence, recognition, success, everything we've ever wanted.
Your Earth Science notebook is gonna do all that?
No. We're going to use it to make a list of everything we'll accomplish someday when we become WWE superstars.
We could do that. Or we could play my favorite lunchtime game, Guess What Mr. Bowman's Sweat Stains Look Like Today. I'm kind of seeing a heart shape. What do you think?
I think you need to take this seriously. Besides, it's a proven fact that if you write down your goals, it helps you achieve them.
Actually, now I'm thinking it looks more like a one-eared rabbit.
Fine. I'll go first to get the ball rolling. Become WWE Divas Champion. Your turn.
Okay. Star in a WWE action movie.
Really? That's one of your goals?
Do you want me to do the list or not? Besides, it's a proven fact, WWE action movies are some of the finest pieces of cinematic art ever produced, so it would be an honor to appear in one.
I don't know how sarcastic the writing in this game is supposed to be, but I did see the first Marine movie, and that was decent.
James.
Get my own action figure.
Compete on NXT.
Win a dance-off.
Wrestle Lita.
Find out what's inside Undertaker's urn.
Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Be in a WWE video game.
Win a ladder match.
I've got a match for you. My butt, your face.
And I already hate her.
This table is reserved for wrestling team members only.
I thought there was a lot of boogers stuck underneath it.
Funny. You can leave now.
Sorry, we're busy.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey! Being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Yes, that does seem like a pretty accurate response Mig would have to someone, for lack of a better word, shitting on her dreams. On a side note, I never knew it was possible to hate someone this quickly, but I haven't even started this playthrough, and already my brain is equating Brooklyn Von Braun to an amalgamation of Eric Sparrow from the Tony Hawk's Underground games and Kevin from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Mainly the fashion sense for Eric, and the personality for Kevin. Great, now I'm wondering who's more of a jerk, Brooklyn or Kevin? So far, it's still Kevin, but as I play through this, I'm guessing my opinion might change a little bit. Looks like we got ourselves a David and Goliath matchup right here. 5 Feet of Fury versus a real turd. I really wish I could think of something a little bit more creative. And you gotta really love these Imagine spots. As hokey as it is, they still work as a pretty good framing device for parts of the story.
This reminds me of that movie with the spinning top. Everything's confusing and a little bit off. For example, I wasn't even a WWE commentator when Red was in high school. Well, you're barely a WWE commentator.
Okay, if this Imagine spot is supposed to take place during old school Raw like in the 90s, that Inception joke is kind of anachronistic even by flashback standards. But seeing as it's a flashback, I will let it slide, based on how Inception jokes are still pretty good even nowadays.
Deserves everything she's getting here tonight. I could not agree more, Michael.
Believe me, none of us could agree more. Brooklyn Von Braun kind of deserves a massive beatdown, courtesy of, once again, the other 5 Feet of Fury. Drop the hammer, y'all!
I couldn't believe what Brooklyn did to their list. I mean, what did she expect was going to happen after that? Yeah, if you ask me, Brooklyn might have an opening here.
Ooh. Always take advantage of that opening, ma'am.
Brooklyn gets nailed with the sliding lunch tray takedown.
That almost sounds like a real wrestling move, the sliding lunch tray takedown.
Red with the picture-perfect moonsault.
Not too shabs, Mig. Not too shabs.
It's all over. Red cemented herself as way tougher and cooler than Brooklyn will ever be.
That is also a pretty good way to summarize Mig in real life. Tougher and cooler than insert jerk here ever could be.
News about everything that just happened, guys. Well, don't hurt your imaginary head, Byron.
They even acknowledge that it's an Imagine spot in the commentary. Yeah, the writing in this game, it's hokey, but it's the good kind of hokey.
You know it.
Yeah, that was kind of my reaction to it at first as well.
Wait, let me get this straight. You remember your fight with Brooklyn when we were in high school, taking place in a WWE arena with a ring, sold-out crowd, and commentators?
The guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning my memory?
No, the guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning your sanity.
Whatever. I may have taken a few liberties with my story, but that is how I choose to remember it.
Well, as much as I'd love to join you in rewriting history, that day is scorched into my brain because that's how I got my nickname, Trey. This is how it really went down. For
a wrestling game, it has a lot of cutscenes. Honestly, I feel as though the first chapter of this game is going to be a little uneventful. I'm definitely going to be putting timestamps in the video, or at least little text boxes telling you what to skip to get to the next inkling of gameplay.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey! Being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh no, I've unleashed Hothead Red!
I'm gonna take that marker, bring it to your grandmother's nursing home, and cross out parts of her chart so when the nurse goes to give her turn-down service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right, I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores.
That also sounds like something Mig would say if she were mad.
Deep breaths, maybe we can talk this out.
I'm done talking.
And video game me is even trying to play peacekeeper, kind of like how I would in an actual situation like this.
With the captain of the wrestling team! What are you gonna do? Hit me with a steel chair? Put me through a table?
Hey Mig, I'm just wondering, have you ever dealt with people like Brooklyn in your day-to-day life? Just wondering. Hit me up in the comments, or text me, you know the number. If you have, anyways.
Tray! Get it? Because he busted his butt on a lunch tray?
Well, that is a pretty good way to fake blood, kind of, using ketchup. Even if you are just play acting, yeah, I am definitely going to make a loading screen supercut after all of these.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah. Brooklyn could have posted a video of the whole thing online. Oh wait, that's exactly what she did.
I meant she could have dumped something worse on me, like mayo or hot sauce. And hey, at least she didn't destroy our list.
So what? I'm not gonna do any of those things anyway.
What do you mean?
We were just embarrassed in front of the entire school, and currently 672 people on the internet.
I bet a bunch of those are repeat views.
Great! We're not even touching on the fact that I got beat up by a lunch tray. I'm never going to be a WWE superstar. I'll just go to college and get a lame job like my parents want me to.
Yeah, that seems like how I'm heading in real life.
Better again.
See? This is what I'm talking about. I can't even open my locker.
What's your combination?
1633-9, I think.
And I also had a problem using padlocks in high school. They had to take the little swirly wheel thingy off and just let me use a regular key.
You've probably asked yourself a million times, why? Why didn't they want to be my parents? The truth is we did, but we had to make the hardest decision of our lives because we didn't feel we could give you the life you deserved. And that life is one where you can have the freedom to follow your dreams no matter what they might be, to become anything you want.
Using the only letter I have from my real parents as some sort of motivational speech is kind of a cheap move.
They're right, though. You got a second chance in life, and you need to make the most of it. So why sell yourself short? You need to at least try.
Fine. But when this whole WWE thing doesn't work out, I'm blaming you.
It'll work out. I promise. Assuming you never have to wrestle a lunch tray.
They're actually a lot tougher than they look.
I can see myself and Mig having this sort of conversation in real life, snarkiness included. Hey, Chapter 1 complete! Well, once we finish this next cutscene and get to the menu, then I believe I will consider ending the video. Yeah, probably should have noticed by the whole Chapter 1 complete message telling me when the chapter in question was completed. In my first recording of this, I actually had a hard time noticing that for some reason. Hey, I guess I'm just an ignoramus. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that word.
Okay, so maybe my memory of that day is a little off. Severe emotional trauma will do that. But did I really say all that stuff about her grandmother?
Yep. You had some serious rage issues back then. Did you?
That's why she's 5 feet of fury.
Because you were always seeing red?
No, I remember. And then Brooklyn tacked on the hot head part.
Gotta give her credit for that. You know, the rhyming definitely made it catchier. Hot head red, hot head red, hot head red.
Okay, we get it. Have you figured out that's safe yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure I used the same combination I've always used for everything, which is
Okay, what was the combination? Okay, remember it like you always do. I think Greg Biffle, Kenny Schrader, Casey Kane.
Got it.
Finally.
I may use NASCAR numbers as a mnemonic device sometimes.
I'm sorry you were locked in there all alone for so long. Mommy won't ever let that happen again.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
You're just jealous. We should get going. We can't be late.
Hey, we got a message from President Johnson. Do you think you impressed the most electrifying president in United States history with all your career achievements? Actually, you do. All the best on your big day. I'll be watching from the People's White House.
That's cool. But I voted for Kane.
The funny thing is, Kane actually ran for office a while back. I think he won. And who can forget the ultimate wrestler president, mayor, of all time, Mike Hagar. Yeah, I know, he's just a video game character, but I like to think that he was one of the reasons why Jesse Ventura and Kane got into politics in the first place. Yeah, that does seem like a pretty good way to think of it. Okay, good, we're in a menu. Now, I think now would be a good place to quit out of this without having to worry about losing any progress. So I believe that is where we shall conclude for today. I'm Fredo Supreme, the American Dream. Holla at y'all later.